What I learned is that I am loved.
Navi Bliss is a certified love and relationship coach as well as an inspirational speaker.
All that time that I thought my prayers and whispers were being ignored, they weren't.
Her decision to choose this career was due to her own life experiences, which motivated her to help others.
My mother was verbally and physically abusive towards me, and that really led to me having a lot of issues with my self-esteem.
Do you think that pushed you in the wrong direction when it came to choosing a partner?
Absolutely, because I wanted validation. I just wanted someone to love me.
Desperate for that love, Navi said she was willing to settle because she didn't believe she could ever have true love. Unconditional love.
Typically, the pattern of abuse is a joyful moment, and then there's some really terrible behavior, and then as repentance, they come back to you with love. And so when you don't believe more is possible for you, you're willing to endure.
Eventually, she broke free and started a new life. It wasn't easy, yet she couldn't imagine living with an abuser during a pandemic and being isolated.
The pandemic has been a scary and difficult time for so many of us, but what about those people that are experiencing domestic violence?
It would have been like a prison sentence. An abuser, typically the way that they behave is they want to isolate the person that they're abusing from everybody in their life. Now they're in forced isolation. They don't have to try to isolate. They don't even have to bring some of those good moments in, some of that joy to try to convince that person because they're stuck.
Knowing how difficult it was to navigate her way through leaving her abuser back in 2016, Navi decided to co-produce Amplifying Voices, Women's Empowerment, a week-long virtual event from July 19th to the 26th, where a variety of coaches, mentors, and teachers host motivating and inspirational workshops.
We didn't want to focus on the abuse. We wanted to focus on the empowerment and how to get to the other side of it.
The purpose of the event is to amplify a diverse range of voices of women who are survivors of gender-based violence and men who are allies.
I had been robbed of a chunk of my childhood.
The event culminates on July 26 with survivors sharing their stories of overcoming and thriving.
What would you like to say to someone watching from home right now who's in an abusive relationship?
My advice would be realize that it's not your fault, and just to reach out and to realize that you're not alone and there are a variety of supports available to you.
So many supports, and the proceeds raised from this week's virtual event will go towards Dr. Roz's Healing Place, providing emergency crisis and care to all those who identify as women, as well as children and youth coming from abusive relationships. Again, reach out to whomever you must, because right now it's so troubling to know the numbers are so high during COVID. Anthony, I'll send it back to you.
So important. Thank you so much for sharing that, Susan.
You're welcome.